All right, so the Yankees lose game one. They were supposed to lose game one, but they easily could have stolen it. I blame a bunch of different people, pretty much half the fucking team at this point, but mainly three people. Let me just say this before I get into the breakdown. The Yankees are never going to win or going to contend for a World Series or even just beat Houston to get into a World Series ever if Rizzo and Stanton are going to continue to be the only guys on this team who hit. Namely Stanton because he's been on the team longer. But if Judge is going to continue to put together these horrible at-bats and get behind in the count every single time he steps up, start swinging at balls out of the zone, look like someone who's not recognizable to who he was about 3 months ago, even a month ago, the Yankees are never going to win. Now, guys are stepping up like Bader. That's not enough. Okay, so let's break the team down. Let's break the game down with the lineup. And also I'll say that the umpire was horrendously bad tonight. Horrendously bad. So with Gleyber leading off, he's just not getting on base right now. So when you flip the lineup back over, you're not getting any benefit from him being up. So I mean, it's very difficult to watch him just wave at pitches and just kind of battle and then it go nowhere. Then you got Judge who just looks so confused. Honestly, it's weird. He's missing every pitch he used to drive for a home run. Guys are attacking him. He's just lost. I don't care that he hit a home run in Game 5 of the ALDS. It was great, but I mean, you can't do what you're doing now. When you hit 311 in the regular season, you just can't do any of the things he's doing right now. So with him looking like garbage, it's been a miracle that Anthony Rizzo, who bats obviously third, is stepping up. He's saving a lot of guys in the field as he always does incredibly well. But also, he's one of the only guys who hits. Okay, I don't have the numbers. I'd assume he's right around 300 for the playoffs. Stanton, he's just the most locked-in guy in the playoffs I've ever seen. He flips the switch, and he is just an amazing, amazing hitter. Not that he isn't in the regular season, but he's a very hot and cold guy. He's yet to be cold in the playoffs, ever. And continues it yet again. Looked a little shaky on the first inning play with the shot to left field. Got it right together. I mean, people forget, he was a very good right fielder. Left field's a little bit of a different story. But, I mean, once he kind of got the rhythm down, he made that really nice catch with the scoreboard flying back. Stanton, zero complaints on his end. Then this is where the game broke down, and this is the reason why the Yankees lost. I mean, this is obvious, but you can't be batting Donaldson fifth anymore. It's a joke. I mean, he was up in two of the probably biggest spots in the entire game that could have changed the entire outlook of the game, and two just non-competitive garbage at bats from him, and then guess who you got right behind him? Carpenter, who I'm not going to really blame him too much because this is his first full-time game in over 2 months, but would I have batted him sixth in this spot? No. Hindsight's 20/20 though, but yeah, I mean, just the sheer odds and luck that he would get up in those big spots like that was just brutal to watch. And then you got Bader right behind him, who is continuing to play out of his mind, and he's amazing, but Maybe you move him to lead off or you move him to the 5 spot. I don't exactly know what you do, so I don't want to put too much blame on the lineup side with Boone, except for one thing. Trevino needs to be benched for a little bit. Trevino, excuse me. I mean, there's a reason why you have two catchers, and neither of them are actual full-on starters because he cannot hit. He's an automatic out. I think he's 0 for 9 this playoffs, but it's not even that he's 0 for 9. His at-bats are completely non-competitive. It's like a 3-pitch at-bat every time. He's striking out, popping up. He looks horrible. He looks so bad. And Higgy, you did this beautiful thing that the Yankees love to do, where Higgy was hitting incredibly well to go into the playoffs, and then you decided to sit him for a bunch of games and play Trevino, maybe because his glove's a little bit better. But now Higgy probably fully cooled off, and either way, though, he way deserves to at least get a start tomorrow, which will be happening. So the whole lineup was really just, you can't strike out 17 times. You're never going to win that way. It makes you think how different this team would be if you had Benintendi able to lead off and DJ in the lineup somewhere. You'd probably make Benny 1, DJ 2, you move Judge down to 3, Rizzo 4, Stanton 5, and now the entire landscape of the lineup looks completely different. And the last thing I'll say about the hitting is that, look, you put IKF in, didn't make any mistakes in the field, and look what he did. He got on base. He hit a base hit. So I never understood the whole backlash with IKF, and I'm happy to see him in, but it didn't matter because they would have lost anyway. So that's my stuff on the offensive side. On pitching and decision-making, Boone full-on, almost similar to Terry Francona last game in the do-or-die game. He wanted to lose this game. I don't get how he manages sometimes. Why is Clark Schmidt coming in a 1-1 game? I don't care if it's the 6th inning, the 9th inning, or the 1st inning. It doesn't make a difference. He should not be anywhere near the mound in a spot like that, and we got burned. Got lucky with the double play ball, sure. And I don't want to say got lucky, but it was a good pitch, whatever. You bring him back out, and it's just bang, bang. Just like that, 3-1. Right after Donaldson and the whole Carpenter strikes out, so it's a double whammy in momentum. Absolutely brutal. And then to follow that up, you bring in Frankie Montas, who is a complete and utter disgrace. Cashman deserves all the hate he gets because Montas has been a complete and utter disaster. The fact that he made the roster and we were thinking positively about him again, like he was coming back from this major Tommy John surgery when he tweaked his shoulder. He tweaked his shoulder before the trade. He comes, he pitches like shit. They said it was his shoulder. He finally got healthy again. They said it still was lingering. That's why he pitched like shit. And now he was fully healthy and gives up the home run again. What's the excuse now? They're showing him how good his splitter is, all this stuff. He's trash. I want him nowhere near the mound. I wish Aaron Boone could hear me. If you put him near the mound, there is no way he's not giving up at least one run every single time he's on the field. So, horrible decision-making by Boone. Absolutely horrible. I'm going to give Carpenter a little bit of a slide just because he didn't deserve to be in the spot he was in. And Donaldson is a complete and utter disaster. So when you pair all those things with Judge looking like a shell of himself and only Rizzo and Stanton and a little bit of Bader doing the only hitting for the team, you're going to be in deep, deep trouble. But you were supposed to lose this game. So you move on tomorrow. You have Sevy on the mound. And if you could steal one, which they're more than capable of doing, we saw it tonight. They could have easily won this game. Props to Tyone for pitching a pretty decent game. If you could steal one tomorrow, if you can get the bats live, and Severino can go 5 or 6 good innings, now it's a 1-1 series going back with 3 games in the Bronx. Anything can happen. But it's going to be very short if they come in tomorrow, look just like they did tonight, where the at-bats are completely horrendous in the definition of the word. And then you decide to put in guys that, sure, I know you need to save the bullpen. I know that there was a lot of stress on the bullpen and there's no rest, and I get that. You could have went to different arms. Okay? Especially, okay, Frankie Montas. 3-1, sure. If, let's say, Montas doesn't come in, they get out of the next inning, and guess what? Rizzo hits the bomb. It's a 1-run game. Maybe it's a little different. But can't be mad. Houston's a good team. They won tonight. And we're going to move on to tomorrow, hopefully steal it. And that's really it. I expect to see Higashioka in the lineup. Because they're facing the lefty, I guarantee you Carpenter will not be playing. I have to imagine Stanton will be now the DH. They'll probably move to Cabrera to left field and keep IKF in. And hopefully that approach will be a little bit different. So Johnny Kith out, and let's hope there's a Yankees win tomorrow. Bye-bye.